Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. Just came in to do a reality show roundup. And as you can see, the first one on the list is Miss Mimi Faust from Love and Hip Hop. So, in the last season, Mimi was having a relationship with a woman by the name of Chris. Mimi was in a lesbian relationship. Her and Chris dated for a little while. And then Chris decided to break it off because she didn't want to be in the way of Mimi and Stevie J. Remember, Stevie J was going to move back in the house, and Chris said that it appeared that Mimi had too many things on her plate, and Chris decided to exit stage left. Well, that left Mimi single, and Miss Mimi is not going to be single. So towards the end of the season, Mimi, mentioned that she was seeing someone else. Well, we finally know who that someone else is. It is WNBA player Tamra Ty Young. So I guess Mimi now is a basketball wife? It appears she is. Well, it seems that they've been dating a little bit now, and the story is that Mimi actually dated Tamra Ty Young first, and they cooled it a little bit, and Mimi hooked up with Chris. And then I guess now that Mimi and Chris have broken it off, Mimi has gone back to Tamra Ty Young. It's a mess. With Mimi, nothing's ever simple. It even says that Tamra Ty Young has moved in with Mimi and Eva. Mimi, I don't know. She might not be wanting to, have all these different people around Eva, moving people in and out of her home. I don't get it. I don't care if you're in a heterosexual relationship or you're in a homosexual or lesbian relationship, you still shouldn't be moving people in and out of your house all willy-nilly. Now, no relationship with Mimi is ever, easy or normal. It seems that in this relationship, there is also someone else. Now, they're saying that Tamra Ty Young is also messing around with one of her teammates by the name of Cappy Poindexter. And Mimi posted some pictures recently online, and they said that Cappy didn't appreciate it, and she posted a picture with a little saying or something on Instagram, but she erased it or, took it off right away. So, doesn't seem like this relationship of Mimi's is starting off really well. This girl is in and out of one relationship after another. Mimi had some issues growing up, and it just seems like Mimi cannot be by herself just a little bit. I just think with everything that went on with Jocelyn and Stevie J and, just all the people that she's been dating, Nico and the whole shower rod and the sex tape, and then Chris and whoever else that we don't even know about. Seems like Mimi needs to take a break between these relationships and just be alone with her and Eva, raising her daughter and not spending so much time pursuing, these relationships. Because maybe if she took some time, just some time in between these relationships and just concentrated on her, that the next time that she, pursued a relationship, she would be able to see a little clearer and get someone that really is good for her, and not only her, but Eva as well. Because it seems to me, and I'm speaking as a mother and someone who's raised two children. As I mentioned in several videos, I have a 30-year-old son, so I think that gives me a little experience and the ability to give Mimi some advice. You cannot keep bringing all these people in and out of your daughter's life. It is like a revolving door at Mimi's house. It's from men to women to shower rods to sex tapes. And I know Eva's young, and a lot that, she probably doesn't understand, and a lot is probably just going over Eva's head. But there's going to come a time when Eva is aware of what's going on. There's going to come a time when, because Mimi is on television and Eva's friends' parents are watching Love and Hip Hop, that Eva's going to start getting teased, because of some of the things that Mimi is doing on Love and Hip Hop, and she might regret that. So my advice to Mimi again is to take some time. They say that she's in a happy relationship now with this Tamara from the WNBA, but Mimi always says that. So I guess I wish her luck, but more importantly, I wish Eva luck, because Eva has met quite a few people. And with that, I'm just going to leave you with some pictures of the newly together couple. This next story is not about a reality show couple. This is former NFL Antonio Armstrong and his wife Dawn. There was a report that they were recently murdered by their 16-year-old son. Now, the report is saying that it was the son, the 16-year-old, who called in the murder of his parents. When the authorities got there, there was a letter, a note, or something that says, "I've been watching you." Now, the reason that he killed his parents is just unbelievable. They're saying that he murdered them because they would not buy him a pair of the latest Jordans. You heard me. It was a pair of sneakers that put him in a rage and a fury and caused him to kill his parents. Now, they say that when the authorities got there, the mother was dead on the scene. The father, Antonio, was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and he later died. Now, guys, this is ridiculous. This is the ultimate case of a spoiled brat, and also worshiping material things. Have we gotten to a place in our existence where a pair of sneakers that you didn't get would motivate you to murder your parents? This shit has got to stop. We got to do better in raising these kids. We got to do better as parents, because this shit is ridiculous. So he must have asked them to either give him the money or take him somewhere so he can get him some Jordans. Now, this is all if this is true. And if it is, and they, told him for one reason or another, as we parents do, that you're not getting those, for whatever reason they decided not to purchase them. Let's say that, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to, and they decided not to get those sneakers for him. So his answer to that is to murder them. To murder them. This is absolutely unbelievable. Now, the family members are saying that this was an all American family. They said that Antonio um, owned several gyms across the Houston area, that he was a pastor and a motivational speaker, and they also said that there was no abuse or anything of that sort, so they don't understand why. The only thing that I can surmise is that this child was raised as a privileged child who did not know the meaning of the word no. I cannot even imagine the horror of realizing that I've been shot, and when I look on the other end of the barrel, it is my child that has done this to me. You know, the mother was killed instantly, and his dad, Antonio, again was taken to the hospital in critical condition. You know, I just, this is absolutely ridiculous. You know, this is when we have to take a critical look at, how we're raising our children. You got Jordans coming out and people lining up for these sneakers. Parents getting in line for hours to make sure that their kids have a pair of sneakers. I cannot even imagine when I was younger, bothering my mother or dad to the point that they took off work or they allowed me to miss school to stand in line for some fucking sneakers. My mother would have slapped the shit out of me and told me to get the hell out of her face, and it would not have dawned on me or occurred to me to go somewhere and get a gun and murder her. This shit is ridiculous. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you're in the heart of raising kids now, really think about what you're doing, because you are shaping them to the people that they're going to be. Take your time. Think about, every lesson that you're teaching them, because you don't know what you're going to get until they actually grow up and go out in this world. And then you realize the mistakes or the good job that you've done. Sometimes I can sit back and say, you know what, I should have done this, that, or the other, because this damn boy or this damn girl, they are, a little inconsiderate, or they are this, that, or the other. My heart goes out to this family, and this boy is probably going to be tried as an adult. He's 16 years old. He has fucked up his life. Damn, that's sad. This next story is a really sad one, and it involves Toya Wright. A report came out early this morning that Toya's brothers, Josh and Rudy Johnson, were murdered last night in Louisiana. Now, they're not giving many details on what exactly happened, but Toya was on stage about to perform, and someone came up to her and whispered something in her ear, and I guess letting Toya know what had happened. And they says Toya stormed off the stage crying and just, inconsolable, yelling that her brothers had just been murdered. Now, again, they don't have many details, but this is a very, very sad story. And you know how close these these kids were. She loved her brothers to no end. Now, I didn't watch this most recent show, but I remember when she had her show with Tiny, and then she had her own show, and it just showed how much those kids were in each other's lives and how much they truly cared about each other. And I know this has got to be just so devastating to Toya, and my heart and prayers go out to her family. Now, we're going to have to wait to find out exactly what happened. And in a side note, K. Michelle put aside any beef that they had, and she sent several tweets out to Toya, just letting her know that Toya was her sister in Christ, regardless to whatever beefs they had. And at this time, she is praying for their family. And I just think that right now that was a classy move for K. Michelle, because we know that they have been going back and forth over Memphis, and it shows that when there's death in the family or something terrible like this, a person can step up and do the right thing. And in this instance, K. Michelle did do the right thing. Now, millions of fans across the country have been tweeting and on Instagram and just showing support to Toya's family. And again, this is very sad news. These were very young men, and I don't know exactly what happened, but whatever it was, they were too young. And with that, everyone, thank you for listening to my video, and you guys have a great, safe day. Take care now. Bye-bye.